Okay, so this is pretty small. And I'm actually missing a book. I ordered another book and I'm gonna have to call them and see what the deal is, but I didn't get it. But I just ordered a small amount this month. Something about my reading habits, I'm very intentional about what I buy. I do get some free books from little free libraries, and I do buy like books from Goodwill and things like that. But if I'm gonna order books, I order things that I know I'm gonna read soon. And I usually have them already on my TBR, and I order them, read them, and then I either keep them if I liked them, or I unhaul them if I didn't. Forgive me for the lighting. I got a new pair of glasses, and they're clear, and it's doing weird things. But I guess that doesn't really matter. Okay, so this first book I have been seeing a lot. I don't even remember really where. I was looking for epistolary books a while back. I was gonna join the Hey Reader-a-thon with Chantel Reads All Day, but I didn't end up getting to because we had company. But I was looking around because one of the prompts that she had was read an epistolary novel. So this is one that I found. It's called Daddy Longlegs, and it is a classic, and it's by Jane Webster. And I'm just gonna read the first sentence of each of these for you. But this book is about an orphan. A rich man offers to pay for her to go to college with only two stipulations. The first is that she had to write him letters once a month and tell him how she was doing. And the second is that she could never know who he is. So that's what Daddy Longlegs is, what she calls him. She writes him letters. The whole book is epistolary, except for, I think just the first chapter isn't a letter. It's actually kind of giving you the storyline. But here's the first sentence. The first Wednesday in every month was a perfectly awful day, a day to be awaited with dread, endured with There are days that I can't read. I don't even know what the problem is. Endured with courage and forgotten with haste. So that's the first sentence of Daddy Longlegs. The next one is Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. I probably got that wrong. I know he's the author that wrote Jungle Book and all of those things. But I don't know how to say his name. Sorry. So this is a collection of short stories, kind of like fable. And it is also a classic. I got these two books. I ordered them thinking I was getting a different cover. And I will insert the covers I thought I was getting here. I'm very, very picky. If I order a book, I want it to be the cover that I ordered. I don't know if that's anybody else, but both of these are different, and it kind of irks me. But it's the same book, so I guess it shouldn't matter that much, but I liked the other covers better. So this is Just So Stories, and it is a collection of short stories, basically like how the whale got his throat. Let's see. How the camel got his hump, how the rhinoceros got his skin, so on and so forth. So the first story in this book is how the whale got his throat, and this is the first sentence. In the sea, once upon a time, oh my best beloved, there was a whale, and he ate fishes. Okay, this one, super excited about. This is called A Classic Christmas, and I have been looking for an edition of Christmas Carol that I really liked. I wanted like a really pretty edition, and I saw several, and I was gonna buy several different ones, but then I saw this. This has A Christmas Carol, and then it also has stories and poems by other people back in the 1800s. So some of the authors that are in this book is Charles Dickens, and it just has A Christmas Carol. It doesn't have the other stories that are typically put in with A Christmas Carol. It has Louisa May Alcott, Ellen Montgomery, Hans Christian Andersen, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Clement Clark Moore, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Paul Laurence Dunbar, Christina Rossetti, Margaret Deland, Libby C. Bear, and Anna de Beaumont. I probably said that wrong. But I'm really excited about this because I have actually never read the full version of A Christmas Carol, and so this year that is on my TBR for December. Okay, so we all know the first sentence of A Christmas Carol is Marley was dead to begin with. And to go along with that, I have this book called Keeping Christmas. This is 25 Advent Reflections on A Christmas Carol. Now, I have always been really struck by the transformation of Scrooge. He goes from one extreme to the opposite extreme. And it's always reminded me of salvation and what happens when Jesus comes into your life and changes you completely. So this is some reflections that this woman gathered from the story that are about Christian life. She put scripture into it. I'm super excited. This book is Under the Ashes by Cindy Rankin. I recently read a book, or I didn't read it, I listened to it, about San Francisco in 1909, I think, 1906, something like that. It was an amazing story. It intrigued me because it talked about kind of the underbelly of San Francisco at the time, some of the political stuff that was going on at the time. And so when I saw this book, Under the Ashes, I was interested. It is San Francisco, 1906. One girl must find her way out of the wreckage. So this is about the fire in San Francisco. No, not a fire. This is about the earthquake that happened in San Francisco in 1906. So the first sentence of this one is, saved my little brother's life today. And that's Sunday, April 8th, 1906. Okay, guys, I've missed out so much on just reading books in general. I've stuck with the same authors and read like all their books and didn't branch out. So now that I've found Goodreads and BookTube, I've found a lot of different things that I want to read, and this is one of them. And you've probably read it or at least heard of it, but it's Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I got this on, well, Book Outlet. They actually had the first and second one when I first, made my cart, but the second one got sold out. So I was grateful that they still had the first one, and that'll give me a chance to try it and see if I like it, but it sounds like I'm going to, because I have always been a major sci-fi nerd when it comes to TV. Never read sci-fi though, so I'm excited to try it out. This obviously is about this girl. I don't know her name. She is a pilot. Spence's world has been under attack for decades. Now pilots are the heroes of what's left of the human race, and becoming one has always been Spence's dream. But her fate is intertwined with that of her father, a pilot himself who was killed years ago when he abruptly deserted his team. So she has to overcome the fact that her dad is a coward and try to be a pilot and all that comes with that. This is the first sentence. Only fools climb to the surface. Okay, and the last book in my haul, actually it shouldn't be the last book in my haul because I had another one. I'll talk about it in a minute. But this is classic fairy tales from the brothers Grimm. I really just loved this edition for its beauty, and I don't have a book of Grimm fairy tales in it, so I thought it would be nice to have. One thing I really like about this edition is it's got some pretty artwork, and it has, if I can find it, it has a timeline, and it has a map. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like the edition. I love sprayed edges, so I got that. I don't know when I'll read this. I'll probably read it first and then see if it's appropriate to read to my kids, because I know some of these are kind of dark, but we've read some dark stuff, so I'm not completely worried about it, but I want to read these first just to make sure I'm not going to traumatize my children. The other book I was going to get, or that I ordered and it didn't come in, is called Nutcracked, and it is a Christmas story I wanted to read to my kids about the Nutcracker. I don't know where it ended up, but I'm going to call them and tell them I either need my money back or my book. So, but anyway, thanks for listening. That's a really small book outlet haul. Hello, this is Future Karina. I forgot a book that I had in my book outlet haul. So this one here, the reason why I forgot it is because I read it the day I got it and I completed it. It's called Another Day as Emily, and it is a middle grade book in free verse, and it's super cute. It's about a little girl who's feeling a little left out due to a few different circumstances, and her summer project is to study Emily Dickinson and learn about her life and what she did and her poems and all of that. And so after some events happen, she chooses to be a recluse like Emily Dickinson was, and she learns that that is harder than it sounds. I really loved this book. I couldn't put it down. I read it in just an hour or two, and it was just the cutest middle grade book I think I've read lately. So yeah, that's my whole book outlet haul. I'm gonna say that the other video was probably rushed. I was tired, and so yeah, I don't know. It could have been really rushed, so I'm sorry if it was. I haven't edited it yet. I have a link in the description box that you can use to buy from Book Outlet. If it's your first time, you will get, I believe it's $5 off. I thought I heard something. Oh, my daughter is outside walking the dog. But anyway, you'll get $5 off if it's your first time purchasing, and then I'll also get a coupon as well, $5 off, I believe. I think it used to be 10, they changed it to 5. I could be completely wrong, but that is not an affiliate link. Anybody can get that link, and you can, as soon as you make your first purchase, you can make your own link and give it to your friends and get that benefit as well. Book Outlet is my favorite place. Well, one of my favorite places. I also like thrift books, but to buy books because their quality is great and the price is right. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. you.